I'm in the Grand Hotel. You might have heard of this hotel, and what you have heard has most likely not been positive at all. Perhaps it's one of the clickbait videos that say, staying in the worst hotel. Maybe you've seen it on social media, shared by that one relative who likes his AI slob and misinformation. It briefly made its way onto the right-wing griftosphere when it housed Afghan refugees. Take the Sun's coverage, where journalist Graham Culliford, looking like a budget Pep Guardiola, declared there can be no dispute about the dreadful state of its once proud Scarborough venue. But is it really as terrible as they say? Let's take a look. Constructed during Scarborough's Victorian tourist boom, where wealthy tourists flock to the town for its supposed medicinal waters, a group of wealthy businessmen keen to capitalise on this purchased the site on St Nicholas's Cliff, and eventually, after a bit of toing and froing, completed the hotel, first known as the Cliff Hotel, but eventually being opened as the Grand. Such was the popularity of the town's bathing waters, both salt and fresh water was piped into the guests' room for bathing. The hotel, constructed using over 6 million locally sourced bricks, was one of the largest hotel and brick buildings of its time, though its construction claimed the lives of 3 workers, the first 2 slipping and falling, and the third one getting crushed. I couldn't find any memorial or mention of these workers, but there's a tribute to Anne Bronte on the front of the hotel, even though she died before the hotel was built and merely died on the site of the hotel. The hotel was based around the calendar: 4 towers, seasons, 52 chimneys, weeks, 365 rooms, days. The hotel featured significant challenges in the early 20th century. In late 1914, at the start of the war, the German Navy battlecruisers, the Flinger and the Von der Tann, bombarded the hotel, striking it over 30 times. During the Second World War, it served as a base for RAF trainees and had anti-aircraft guns placed on each 4 towers. Another sensational claim from this period, as reported by many newspapers, suggested Hitler ordered the Luftwaffe to avoid bombing the hotel during air raids on Scarborough, supposedly to turn it into some sort of headquarters, when in fact an operations record book in 1941 shows that incendiary bombs hit the Grand Hotel, setting fire to the ballroom, which was extinguished by RAF trainees stationed there. While no conclusive proof exists, many Nazi documents were destroyed at the end of the war. Similar stories circulate about various prominent buildings across the country, so we'll never likely know the truth. The post-war era proved challenging for the hotel, as the rise of foreign holidays led to rapidly declining visitor numbers. Butlins acquired the hotel in 1978 and maintained operations until it was purchased by the current owners, Britannia Hotels. Frequently lauded as one of the worst hotel companies, if not the worst hotel company, by pretty much everyone. The hotel has hosted several famous guests throughout its history, including Winston Churchill, who held a Conservative Party conference in the town. Now I'm joining this illustrious guest list and becoming part of its history, though I doubt any royalty or top politicians would choose to stay here nowadays. Okay, I'm fully aware this looks like the start of a dodgy video or a dodgy segment, but let me assure you it's not. See, I was browsing today when doing my research to make this video. It was originally going to be about just the history, outside look, some drone footage, but I noticed that hotel rooms today are only £32. So I thought, £32? That's a good investment. So I booked the room and I turned up here at about 5:30, planning to get about an hour's footage of the lobby, the inside, everything. So I walked in the hotel and the first thing that greeted me was a couple with 2 big carry-on things. And now they were handing their keys in. They were checking out. They didn't give a reason the fella said it's just too cold. The woman said, oh, we don't want breakfast, we don't want breakfast. And the woman was trying to get an answer out of them why they were leaving. But they swiftly went and said something like, oh, we're not staying here. So that was very ominous when you're checking into a hotel. That's the last thing you want to see. There was only one person ahead of me. The person at the reception was incredibly polite. He saw that and just for full disclosure, he saw that my address was a Scarborough postcode, and of course the hotel's in Scarborough. So he asked the nature of my visit here, and instead of saying something like, oh, I've got an escort booked or something, which I could have, which would have been amusing, I said, oh, I'm here to video, and I had my bag and my drone case. He said, oh, we'll upgrade you then. So I got upgraded to this room, which is an executive sea-facing room. I'll have to show you how I got here because it was a bit concerning and a bit worrying at times. I'll show you that after. I'll give you a brief tour of this room now. And I've got to say, I've been looking for stuff like these hotel reviewers that come and look for every little niggle and scan the blue light looking for suspicious stains and hairs and stuff, and I haven't found anything. So it's incredibly disappointing just to say, well, I spent £32 and got an incredibly serviceable room. That's actually impressive for the price. I don't know what else to say about that, but at least I got some, at least I'll get some interior footage. Right, brief tour. So as I said, here's a brief tour. This is the room, and to your media, what side's this? Right is the bathroom, and I gotta say, it's very little to nitpick here. You got little thingamajiggies, notably this one, which is very difficult to read what it is, because it's yellow text on like a translucent background, but I mean, they're all the same colour, so anyway, they're all like soaps and stuff. Got a little, could be a mint, but it's 1.5 grams of, or 15 grams of soap. And 1.5 grams, that'd be light on it. A few scratches. And the only I don't know what the functions are of this thing. I think it looks like some sort of hot tub. Don't worry, I don't plan on getting in it and showing. But it looks to be some sort of hot tub, and there is still remnants of water from probably the previous guest, and it actually is pretty dirty in there. It's like little bits of, I don't know, dirt, mouldy stuff. I mean, you just blast it with the water and the shower head is clean, so. And you get hair and body wash here that I wouldn't use, but I think, oh, there it is. You have to give it a good squeeze there, but it does come out, and there it is. Amazing. The toilet, clean. Risky hand here. This is risky, isn't it? I don't know if it's been cleaned or not. But, yes, clean. Right. Quickly zip through. This is the room. Ironing board, pretty clean. Slippers. Clean towels, iron. Get a fan on there. Dressing gowns, pretty clean. This is impressive. You get 2 cook chairs. 2 cook chairs. So you get a cook chair for my camera equipment, cook chair for me. This thing, whatever it is, I thought it was a lamp at first, but it's just a thing. Decoration, very pretty. Sea views, which I'll come to in a minute, so I need to put my ND filter on. A bin. Clean cups. Lotus biscoffs, which I'll be taking. I have paid for it after all. Kettle, which is, I'll be honest, that's serviceable, because the water here does that after one boil. My kettle is much, much worse. That isn't bad. I would use that, which is saying a lot. 2 waters, 1 sparkling, 1 still. Enjoy your first Tassimo drink. Well, this is impressive. A coffee machine. 100% Colombian. Americano Grande. Now, when I first came in, this television was on, and it was playing some annoying tune and advertisements, which were really annoying me. Yeah, there you go, look. It was playing this on loop. Just Scarborough's icon since 1867, as my history lesson earlier would have told you. There's booking, very cheap. Blah, 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 parking. Avoid the parking Nazis, which they are in Scarborough, they really are. They will get you, and it does actually warn you on the email that they are especially keen. Yeah, so just be careful if you ever visit here. You get a mini fridge, which is, yeah, mini fridge. Impressive. A big fan, some zesty wall art, some cupboards which are empty, I've already checked. This print, which looks like a photo, it's just has a filter put on it and then printed onto a canvas, but it's the thought that counts. And as you can see, you get a nice view of the harbour there, and a view of lots of seagulls which nest. I mean, some of the other windows are a lot worse than this. They actually have nests, but this is just has a bit of remains, should I say. The other window's pretty much the same. I mean, you get flamber and stuff over there. Get a nice view of the road. Yeah, show you where they put me. It's a complimentary room. Ordinarily I'd be staying in the basements, but they told me to come to the end of the lobby here, past the snooker table. Down here. And then take the blue elevator, where the, whatever you call this, is the terrace. And the blue elevator I found is here. Now, this is where things got dicey. So it's deceptive on the video because I've been waiting here for about 2 minutes for the elevator to come down. Now, this, oh, what floor am I on again? I'm in room 38, that's number 2. Now, this elevator is very cramped and it reeks. I can't tell you what of, but mould, foisty mould, I think. Not very pleasant considering you're going to the expensive rooms, but it's concerningly shaky. Now, the first time I was coming here, I was very concerned that they'd sent me down somewhere unpleasant, but from here, where was it I was supposed to go? Oh, yeah, through here. Now, these are the executive rooms. This is the best part of the hotel. And this is my room. Well, that's a concerning phone number. Now, I found out from my room you don't have to take that blue elevator. You can actually take the stairs here. And actually the way the hotel is, to get to the ground floor and the restroom you have to go up. So that elevator came down. So I don't know, down probably leads to more basement and stuff. You go up here and it's like a few floors up. Few floors up and you end up actually at the restaurant here. And up this way is to the lobby. There we go. Let's take a lift. One of the things that people were saying when they were making videos about the people that were staying here was that the lifts had somewhat of a dirty protest
Door
to them.
closing.
Yeah. Okay, there's no smell of urine in here, like I was expecting. Apparently they did urinate, but it's not too bad. I don't know where I'm going now. Apparently I'm going up. I wanted to go down into the basement, but we'll see what's up here.
5th floor.
What is up here?
Door opening.
Ooh. These are the upper rooms, I guess, where the turrets and stuff are. Not much to be seen here, there's long corridors. Let's get back down. Advertising Eurovision quite a lot in here. Oh, they're streaming it apparently, so that's nice. Eurovision vibes guaranteed with a rainbow. Don't know what that means, but Grand Hotel's bringing the vibes. Let's get back down. Back to the ground. So just on from the lobby there, which is playing nice music, is the library. There's nobody in here to bother, so some nice comfortable seats, all clean so far. Some books in a cabinet. Some of these look really old. Not sure if they're old or just worn down. Let's get the oldest looking one. The Blue Lagoon. And from here in the lobby, you go to the cheaper basement rooms. Through here, I believe. Now this is where you can get lost very quickly, as you enter a maze-like chasm. Obviously, there's floors under the ground level of the hotel, the way it's built into the cliff. Ooh, spooky. Oh, I hope some lights go. Holy shit. This is spooky as fuck. Oh, like, I'm shitting myself. I'm not going to venture too far down here, to be fair. But another interesting thing of note, that this hotel is fully cashless. Now, a hotel that caters to old, elderly people and budget people, you think they'd take cash, but nope, 100% cashless. And I just think it's kind of a juxtaposition between the old faded glamour Victorian hotel and being 100% cashless, but there you go. Public bar, some fruities. Please take cash then. I suspect so. Not 100% cash free, are you, Grand Hotel? Liars. From the public cafe restaurant thing, you can get out onto the terrace. And once again, the 100% cash free claims are debunked as a cash machine. Here's a nice model of the hotel, complete with the old trams of Scarborough. We don't have any more, and there's a reference to the bathing heritage of the town, as mentioned earlier. You have to be somewhat careful on the approach to the entrance, as the evidence on the street suggests you may be in for a bit of a shower of sorts. I haven't found anything wrong with this place at all. While my unplanned room upgrade might have had something to do with that, I've had a good walk around and a good feel of the place. And while it's not going to win any awards for luxury, like it might have 130 years ago, you can get a bed for as low as £30 a night, which counts for something. Without Britannia keeping this place running and maintaining its legacy, I'd worry about its future. There's little appetite for preserving old and expensive buildings, especially in run-down seaside places like this. It's just too expensive. You can see this. The Pavilion Hotel that was near the train station, knocked down. It was a beautiful Victorian hotel, Now it's just a grey monstrosity that's abandoned as well. And also the Futurist, which is not far from here, which was knocked down, demolished, added a lot of character to the town, and now it's just a big tacky wheel. What I've really learned from my exploration here is that we need to keep places like this open. We need to keep the past alive. And for that to happen, we need to accept a compromise. The compromise is cheap rooms, cheap service. But that's not all bad. You get all this character, all this history. You get a warm bed, you get somewhere to stay for a low cost. And it keeps places like this open to the public and not just rotting or being demolished. Well, thanks for watching. It was a bit unexpected. I thought it was going to be another one of those, I stayed in this hotel and it was awful. There was stains on the pillow and on the quilt and on the everything, and there was suspicious brown things on the floor. No, I didn't see any of that, unfortunately. So I don't know how I'm going to clickbait the title, but there we go. Not as bad as I thought.